Coach, it's been kind of a musical chairs for you out there at Sam linebacker. I mean, what's a guy like Nathaniel Watson meant to you guys?
Oh, he's thing about Buki is you appreciate just one his toughness, but then two his flexibility within our defense. I mean, a guy like that is his value is hard to really describe. I mean, he literally against Georgia, he literally learned the position in the parking lot at the hotel, and I'm not exaggerating that one bit. So it's tremendous to have him. We call him the Swiss Army knife. You know, he can kind of do anything for you. So very, very valuable to have a guy like that on our defense, and we sure appreciate him.
We'll go to Joel.
Another guy I'm sure you appreciate is, of course, Errol Thompson. And I'm just curious what he's meant to you and this defensive staff upon y'all's transition and just, I guess, just overall. What has he meant for you guys and just the leadership that he's brought?
Yeah, he's a consistent guy, and that's the thing that you love about him is when you think about Errol Thompson and what he's been through here. He's played for multiple position coaches, multiple coordinators, multiple systems he had to learn, and especially at that position as a Mike linebacker, you're kind of running the show. And so for him to be able to transition through all that change, right, and handle it the way he's handled it, unbelievable respect for what he's done, and he plays hard on a daily basis and leads by example. And that's what we appreciate about Errol. So yeah, he's meant a tremendous amount for us.
Next we'll go to Ben.
Coach, you mentioned Buki literally having to learn a position in a parking lot. I mean, genuine question, this might be a stupid question, but, like, how hard is that for a guy to do that, like, the day before a game?
It's not easy. It's not easy. I mean, I'll put it this way, I've never been in that position myself to coach it. And but to his credit, I mean, he handled that pretty well. Most people would flinch in that situation. And Buki just looked at it like an opportunity, and that's what you love about him. You know, an opportunity to play. The kid wants to be on the field. He wants to contribute however he can. He does a great job on special teams for me already. And so that he just accepted that challenge. We both just say, well, let's go cut it loose. I'm going to teach you as quick as you can learn it. You're going to learn as quick as you can, and let's go play. And I appreciate that. And so, no, it's unbelievable what he was able to do so far at that position.
Just a quick follow-up kind of to that. I mean, in terms of, like, cutting his teeth on special teams and now being in a position where he's obviously seeing the field more at linebacker, I mean, what does that do for a guy like that? And what does, getting those reps on special teams do for guys in terms of, moving up the depth chart kind of thing?
I think the thing about special teams, and I've always said this, is it's a combination of offense and defensive fundamentals. You know, I mean, blocking and tackling is the game of football. Getting off blocks is the game of football. And special teams is a combination of all that on any given phase, on any given play. So he's done a great job of not only the physical expectations on special teams, but the mental expectations that he can handle 4 units on special teams and be as flexible as he is within our defense. All that is great experience and a valuable commodity to have on a football team.
We'll go back to Steve.
Coach, you got Tyree and Jordan Davis last week. There's been some discussion about Jordan playing with his hand in the ground and possibly making a move to defensive end. How would you kind of assess where those guys are right now and kind of moving forward?
Yeah, getting Tyrus back is good, obviously, because he's played well at that position. He needs to knock some rust off and get back to it. But as far as JD's concerned, JD, we just feel like he's a guy that when he's got his hand on the ground, takes some thinking off his plate, he can just cut it loose, and his physical attributes can show through maybe a little better. So with him, he's recruited here as a defensive end. And at the time, we felt that we needed him to stand up and play Sam linebacker for us. And right now, just with where we're at on everything, we're kind of making some different moves there and trying to get our best 11 players on the field at all times. And the way this defense is structured with Coach Arnett, you really just start listing your players 1 through 50 or whatever it is on the defense, try to figure out how can you play to their strengths. And so ultimately that's what that move's been about.
We'll stay with Steve.
Coach, you kind of began to develop a reputation as a guy, as a strong recruiter on the staff. What do you feel like the best attributes are for Mississippi State when you're out selling the Mississippi State story?
Yeah, well, first of all, I'd like to get out and sell Mississippi State. I've been in my closet all winter selling Mississippi State. That's the first thing. But no, it's real simple. I mean, it is important here to play great football, and you see that in the facilities, you see that in the fan base. You see that across the board. So any competitor that wants to play this game at a high level, at an institution that wants to win at a high level and is invested at a high level to win, this is a great place to do that. And then it's obviously a great school, great education, and all those things. But if you're a football player and you want to compete at the highest level at a place where it's important, Mississippi State has got everything you can possibly imagine you need to be successful.
Ben, we got time for one or two more.
Kind of to that, I mean, I think I asked Coach Arnett something similar to this last week, but when you have like the defensive tradition that you do at a school like Mississippi State, what does that do for you guys as recruiters to be able to have something to sell? And I guess, if at all, how much does that matter as something to be able to pitch guys on?
You know, I think it does matter. I think it does matter because there's a pride, and even though, like you kind of mentioned with Errol, the transitions he's went through, he expects to play great defense. Kobe Jones expects to play great defense. And that was passed down from people before them, and they have passed it down to guys like Emmanuel Forbes, and he'll carry that on as he continues his career here. And then so it goes, right? So I absolutely believe it's important. It's hard to get that going, and so when it's already there and kind of ingrained within the culture of a program, I think it's something that you definitely don't want to take lightly, and you need to make sure it's continually maintained and built upon. And so that's what we've really worked with this recruiting class, trying to do that. And as we recruit these guys on the defensive side, and try to emphasize that. And you know, you're coming here to withhold a tradition and uphold a tradition that a lot of people are proud of.
All right, guys, anything else for Coach? Okay, thank you, Coach Brock.
All right, guys, thanks a lot. Appreciate it.